Feel like a G.
Welcome to Two Gents, where two seasoned gents take on the hard truths of life, success, and responsibility. In a world where the rules don't bend for us, these gents believe in doing the work, owning the struggle, and inspiring others to take action. So, pull up a chair.
Well, I'm tired.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Two Gents Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ron Spice. As you can see, we got Baron Glass out there early with the stogie in place. So I know this is going to be a good show. He got me fired up on something that he said yesterday. And man, I just got to say, we got to change. It's some things that we got to change in life. And Glass, I know that you've been a part of this ever since I got started on this. We done lost a few people since then, but Glass, it doesn't seem like the message is penetrating nobody.
Shit, Mr. Spikes. Jim Crow 2.0. We there now.
We definitely in it, but and Glass, I want to go here because I need to kind of put some context to what you just said. And my thing is this. Glass, we've been doing this a while. We've been at it. We did things that other people didn't do. We came from places that other people mentioned. We done seen people develop they program and grow past us and all the rest of that. But Glass, you know what? I haven't seen the goalposts move any.
Shit. Well, Ron, here's the deal. You would have never needed redistricting. You would have never needed redistricting if the Constitution was inclusive. But since the Constitution was exclusive, and it basically stated that we was 3/5 of a human, and then we evolved to the 1960s. In order to give a fair shake, you have to give certain opportunities or options for people to be, part of the political process. But since people have gained some progress, that's retrospect is too much progress. So since you've made too much progress, the oppressors that Malcolm talked about, head is now being raised again.
Absolutely. Pastor Riggins, I see you out there. Why don't you come? I know you just got on and you probably was busy. And I'm glad to see you on the air tonight. We got a full panel here tonight, but I want to hear from Pastor Riggins before I get started on my little event that I got tonight.
Yeah, Baron covered some of it. Let me give you some more details. When the Constitution was made, only white landowners can vote. Only white landowners can vote. White male landowners can vote. And so this is why we end up having two people in the Senate, and then the House had to be represented by a population, because you had small states like New Jersey going up against Virginia and South Carolina, who had all these slave owners. And they wanted to have a voice like them. So of course you get in with two in the Senate, and then the House was a representative. And now it wasn't until the 15th Amendment after the Civil War, doing radical reconstruction. Knows the word radical reconstruction. They called it radical reconstruction because they said it was going too far. This is when African American men got the right to vote, and we had the first African American representation in Congress and Senate, everywhere, and they were Republicans. Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. See, back in the day, the Democrats were the Dixiecrats, and they controlled the South, and they were racist. It wasn't until Kennedy, let's fast all the way now to where Barron was saying, it wasn't until Kennedy and Bobby Kennedy and John F. Kennedy got elected as Democrats, because Eisenhower was very conservative. And even though he allowed the troops to protect the Little Rock Nine and all that kind of stuff, they were trying to slow walk our civil rights and slow walk our voting rights. Because you had the right to vote, but you had the grandfather clause. Did your grandfather vote? Your grandfather's a slave? No, you can't vote. Can you read? No, they wasn't taught to read, so you can't vote. They put so many beans in the jar. Tell me how many beans in this jar. They didn't know how many beans in the jar themselves. You come up with any kind of number, you couldn't vote. But now the Civil Rights Act and then the Voting Rights Act of 1965 broke all those barriers down. But inside of that act, they left the poison pill. And the poison pill was, in 50 years or so, they had to renew it. And that's where we came up short. When President George W. Bush was president, they didn't push for it to be renewed. We fell asleep at the wheel. Was in 2008, Barack Obama got elected president of the United States. We said, well, if a black man can win, we don't need to worry about it. But you understand, that was a national election of the executive office. Because in 2010, the Tea Party bounced back and wiped him out and gave him all the trouble he had till for the next 6 years. They gave him trouble for the next 6 years until Donald Trump came in with the Berkeley thing and all this, and we want our country back, make America great. And then that's when they put the brakes on everything and said, wait a minute, we'll never give them the rights they had in 1965 Voting Rights Act. Because they'll come with more African-American presidents, they'll come up with Hispanic presidents, they'll outnumber us in the House and the Senate. And that's where we're at today.
You know, Pastor, as I listen to you talk, one of the things that I want to pick up right where you left off, because you're absolutely right in what you said about Barack Obama being in office, but the it's not going to change, and y'all can comment on this. It's not going to change until we get a woman in office, and then it's going to open it up for everybody. But they trying so hard not to get a woman in place. I don't know if it's going to come within our lifetimes.
Yeah. And then the last election had a double whammy, an African-American woman. Hillary was a woman. But,
Go ahead, Pastor.
But, oh man, why I'm getting a brain freeze. The vice president, Harris, was African-American. Kamala Harris. They came out everything. Kamala, all kind of crazy stuff. Calling her like an African wrestler. It's just stuff is stupid, man. If it ain't, let me tell you what it is. It's barbaric, and it's biblical. It's barbaric. It's biblical. The Bible says. I'm passed on these things every now and then because the Bible is a history book. When they go back and look at history, they go back and look at the Bible, and then that's why the Bible verifies a lot of stuff in history. If the Bible don't verify it, it's a lie. I'm telling you right now. The Bible says he came to the Jew, the Greek, the Gentile, and the barbarian. The last civilization was the barbarian. You remember in the English was read Beowulf, the story about Beowulf and all that kind of stuff? In England, the Norsemen and all that, the Vikings, they were the barbarians. Once they got civilized, these barbarians never lost the barbarian mentality. The Anglo-Saxon. The Anglo-Saxon, the barbarian. I'm not racist. I'm just true. I don't hate them, but I got my eyes wide open. I'm woke. The Anglo-Saxon's a barbarian. And his methods, his ideology is barbaric. Right now, the Speaker of the House trying to turn back the 14th Amendment, citizenship right, natural born right citizenships. That's barbaric, man. By hook or crook, anyway, any cost, they want to stay in power. That's barbaric.
You know, I come on, Byron, come on in, because you're here tonight, and I can see you. Don't just smile out there, because this is a podcast. This ain't.
I'm just listening to Riggins bring history right here before your eyes. Now, 6 months ago, they wanted to get rid of history, but as of yesterday, they want to bring back the Confederate statutes and all that other kind of stuff. It's okay for your history, but it's not okay for mine.
And you know, Byron, one of the things that I want to add to this, if y'all give me a little bit of leeway, We got people that's been doing the same thing that we got, with degrees on top of degrees. Panels. We didn't set up panels. We didn't set up prime time slots. We're correcting people about our history. We're correcting people about our politics. We're correcting people about everything under the sun. But here's the one simple grown folk question. What goalpost did that move after all this time? Not what they talked about, not what they analyzed, not what they explained, not what they corrected. What did they actually move? Byron, I'm just curious, because I listen to social media. I listen to these experts out there. They come on the radio and they can tell you the ups, downs, lefts, right, and all the rest of that. But what goalposts did they move if we right back here where we at, Byron?
Well, Ron, you got to remember, everybody that's got a mic in their hand don't necessarily mean they need a stage to be on.
But Byron, and Pastor, they continue to tell us that they're the experts. But I don't think that nobody, because this is based on a conversation that me and Glass had yesterday, and I don't think that nobody holds them accountable. We keep listening to them. They keep putting out the same information, but they're not moving the goalposts. And just in case some of y'all don't understand what I'm saying, I'm gonna tell you about a conversation that I listened to over social media. It was a representative down in South Carolina, and he was talking about an issue that was going wrong. And he called James Clyburn. And I don't talk about James Clyburn that much, but I'm gonna talk about him in this instance to try to get you to understand what moving the goalposts is. He
Ron,
called.
by the way, they voted down dismantling Clyburn's district in South Carolina. The Republican Party voted it down, so his district is still going to be in play.
It's about time we got to win, because we ain't been getting nothing but losses out there. But I'm using James Clyburn as to show you how you can move the goalposts. His representative called James Clyburn, and he told him about a situation that was going on. When he called James Clyburn picked up the telephone, called Biden. Biden at that time was the vice president. Biden ended up calling Barack. And whatever the situation was, it was worked out. We don't have that. We don't have that ability to do it no more. I don't care what kind of information that you put out, and you constantly talking on these airways. If you ain't putting out information to help us go forward, or to come up with a plan or a solution, I'm like, Glass, you need to go sit down somewhere. Pastor, I'm gonna let you come in, and I'm gonna drop it right there, because
the problem is we're not paid experts. We're authentic experts. Also,
what you say, Pastor?
We're not.
You lean back, and I can't hear you as well.
We are not paid experts. We're authentic experts. Everybody else out there are paid experts. They're being bought by the advertisers, bought by the sponsors. Like Stephen A. Smith, he out there just making money. Straight shooter, all that is, that politics thing, that's another way for him to make money. He's not as sincere as a rabbit or a rat. He's not sincere. That's something my daddy would say. He not, just come up with something like that. He wants to be heard. He wants to be loud. He wants to make money, but he's not sincere. Whatever way the wind blow that day, that wherever the backers he can feel the backers coming for his money is why he gonna talk it. He's always gonna have a little something to say. Move one way, go back another way, weasel in, weasel out, talk bad about Trump, then support Trump. All that kind of foolishness. It's all about money. We are authentic. We're not getting paid one red cent. From our hearts, we're concerned about our community, our city, and our world. We're concerned about our people. We're concerned about our rights. We're concerned about our country that we're living in. And we're doing it straight up, no money being paid. It costs money for the platform. It costs us time. Baron could be out there making some money. I could be doing something else. Ron could be, the money Ron puts out for this. So we're authentic. Other people out there, is money involved. Even Karen Hunter's show and all that stuff, Urban View, they have some good stuff on there, but it only goes so far, because after a while, the sponsors going to say, back up, back off, or we're going to pull out ads.
Facts.
Go ahead, Glass.
No, I just said facts.
I agree with you. They're facts, and I agree with everything that you're saying. But these, I'm just gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get off of this. We've been listening to them almost as long as we've been listening, as long as we've been out here. It's no goalpost being moved. As a matter of fact, it's almost like it's shifting backward. Their audience is saturated across the whole USA. Some of them have an audience that goes from the East Coast to the West Coast, and and they're not accomplishing anything. They throw out these marches marches are probably a thing of the past. They're not moving the goalposts. So we're stuck in the past trying to live in modern day times, and it's just not there. And I don't want to get too bogged down in this, Pastor, because I know where I want to go. Because me and Byron had a conversation. Go ahead, Byron.
No, I'm good.
I'm gonna say one more thing.
Come on, Pastor. Lean in.
Also might hit a good topic one day and get exposed, and our YouTube go viral, and folk might want to get behind us. But as soon as they get behind us, they're gonna start putting stipulations on us. Or we'll get out there and start talking like we're talking now, and they want to counsel us. Because once they try to get behind you, they want to control you. That's what I'm going at.
Once they get their hands into you, they want to control you. But even if they try to control you, and Byron, you said this a million times. I don't care if we just reach one person, and we get that one person to kind of see where we're going and what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish. We didn't accomplish our task. We don't have to move millions. But if you got a platform where you can move millions, why are you wasting it?
Well, Riggins, I think you'll agree that 2010, 9, 7, 11, 12, whatever year it was we started, some of the same stuff that we talking now, we said it was going to happen back then. Mm-hmm. And I think, Ron, from the very first show I ever had, it was mentioned that the stuff that, my mama said she went through, we just ain't going through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Barry should come on with 2 songs. A Change Is Gonna Come and What's Going On.
Yep, Sam Cooke
and Marvin Gaye. Look at the deal. And we were like prophets crying loud in the wilderness, saying, prepare, get ready. And they thought we was being stupid about it.
Mm-hmm.
They said I had Trump deranged syndrome. Even in my own house, I was saying it. Every day I was on Trump. And every now and then I would get a phone call from the pastor or somebody way in South Carolina or something. They say, hey, why you didn't post about Trump today? We watching it. We quietly watching this. Stay on him. But people thought I was over-exaggerating. Now you can't over-exaggerate this stuff.
Because what you said is not true.
Yeah.
And Pastor, you didn't have a crystal ball, did you?
No. I just be praying, and let me tell you something. You can see the character of a person. Mm-hmm. He already showed himself. The CEO on a contract for 1973 for written apartments to African Americans. The Central Park 5. What he was doing on the Apprentice show. The Bertha situation. Build a wall. Blank whole nations. How he was trying to ban certain people, that you seen it was a core of him. And then I read about a daddy being KKK 1927. The apple don't fall far from the tree. And the very first presidency rally they had was, we will not be replaced by Jews. Remember that? They came out there in Charleston. Man, it was just wide open in plain sight. Stevie Wonder could see that.
He's the
you're right.
He's a textbook epitome of a racist.
Yeah.
But he sits in the White House with all the power.
But people thought that enough people around him or enough voices against him quietly was going to stamp him out. But no other president used the powers, because some powers he's using has been at everybody's disposal. They didn't want to use it. Other powers he's using is abusing it. No other president used the powers to the max that he used it and abused the powers they had. But every time he abused, goes to court. It takes 5 or 6 years for someone to play out in court. One term is 4 years.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? If we don't get out the vote in 2026, if we don't get out the vote in 2026 and put a stopgap in place, Byron, what's going to happen?
Canada.
Well, but I think Riggins would agree now that if the redrawing of the district lines are the way they are, voting ain't gonna matter no way.
Wait. My brother's in Baton Rouge, man. He pastors a church in Baton Rouge. He calls me every Sunday morning and he wants to pray with me about my church service and his church service. And I said, man, what y'all got going on in Louisiana? I was messing with him. He said, man, the toothpaste is out the tube now. He said, well, watch this. Think about this. He says, what's going to finally happen if they close out all our districts down and spread us out to all the other districts? He says, what are the independents and the Democrats in those districts and people that are tired of their foolishness start outvoting them in their own districts and shut them down that way? There is a path. I said, well, first thing you have to do, boy, I said, I don't know how to set up in that's my brother's name, but all of them we call him boy. I said, first thing we have to do is whatever the rules are in that state. See, we've been worrying about the national stuff. It's every state. If the rules are that you only can vote in the primary, then everybody can be registered as a Republican.
You know what?
See, if everybody registered in the primaries, all they're gonna do is put up Republican folk in front of us, then register as a Republican and get it go. That's what the Karen Hunter talked about, the Lincoln, the party of Lincoln. Go back and register if that's what you have to do. David did that one time. David was fighting the Philistines. He went and joined himself to the Philistines in the city of Gath. Act like he was on their side. Then became a madman and beat them from the inside out.
If it was only that simple, Riggins.
I know, man.
You know what? I'm going to share something with y'all. I did a show on Monday. I think we're so divided across the nation because we have different issues going on in different areas. Your brother pointed out something that's going on in Louisiana. We don't identify with that because if we tell it to somebody that's up in New York in the Northeast or somewhere like that, they don't care about that. They don't see that. They only see the only thing that they seen was this changing when the Supreme Court made that change. It affects them now, but it came out of Louisiana. We don't have a communication, and everybody wants to grab the mic, but nobody wants to give us a direction in which to go. Byron has said this a numerous amount of time. You're a Democrat. Tell me what you're standing on. Tell me where you vote and where you're voted. If I give you my vote, what do I get?
Hey, Riggins.
Go ahead.
My old lady say I'm Republican because I got Republican friends.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you that with the exception of maybe Bob Dole, that's the only time. Well, and a good friend of mine that's in my local municipality. Other than that, my philosophy is just not the same.
Yeah, okay.
And she's sitting right here listening to me. She's a Republican, so hey, it is what it is.
But even if you're a Republican, if you register as one, at least you can get in there and vote and vote your conscience.
Hey, Riggins, I ain't never seen one with the exception of what I just mentioned that I identify with.
I know, right? I mean, but get to the election box. If the primary is only going to be for Republicans in some of these states, register as an aura, and then somebody to run as a Republican, like somebody like you, would have to run as a Republican against a MAGA. See, somebody who's common sense, who's really would be a Democrat or independent, but because they can't register as a Democrat or independent in their state, register as a Republican and run. See, there's more than one way to skin that cat. Another thing is this too, Ron. In those states like New York and California, all those big Democratic states, if this applies in the South, guess what the numbers are? Start pushing all that. Let the whole California be Democrat. Let the whole New York become Democrat. Let the whole Pennsylvania become a Democrat. Let the whole Michigan become Democrat. And boy, that'll bite their butt The same.
You know what, Pastor? That sounds good. But hell, we ain't getting out the vote to move the needle enough.
But it can happen.
Okay, Pastor, I'm gonna let you run with that one.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying if the Supreme Court,
you got me curious now.
And you can go in all, like the Democratic State House of Michigan, Democratic State House of California, Democratic State House of New York, Democratic State House of all these, because Democrats take over in all these different states. Let them play the same thing that's going on in the South and say, we're going to redistrict for us, because if the Supreme Court law going to apply to us, apply to them, and see if they're going to cry foul then.
I want to bring this map up, but I want to get to I want to get this out first, Byron. I want to address your latest question, and I want to address her telling you that you're a Republican, because I'm gonna add it to the stage right now. Let's see if I can move that, and add this to the stage. I show Glass. I send this to him in Caldwell Parish. If you look at the numbers coming out of Caldwell Parish, either you're gonna be a Republican or you ain't gonna get nothing. Either you're gonna have to be both parties, or you're not gonna get anything accomplished. Because the majority of the people in Caldwell Parish are Republicans.
Right.
Am I right or wrong, Glass?
You're right.
So if you go across the whole state of Louisiana, huh?
I went to school in Washita Parish, right there, Monroe. You tell the truth. The majority of Republicans up there.
The whole state is nothing but Republicans. So either you're gonna learn how to work with it, or you're not gonna be a part of it. I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
Because if you don't work with it, you already defeated.
Right.
And glad you've been there for 34 years. And I want you to speak on that before I even get into where we need to be.
Hey, Spikes. The district that's drawn would no longer be in existence in 2030.
Absolutely.
And that's the same district that has been in existence since Reconstruction.
Joe Lewis nuts. Good afternoon, Granddad.
That's that? my grandson's grandfather, Joe. He used to let me know that he's listening in.
That's great.
And it's gonna take everybody. It's gonna take a little bit of everybody to change this. I don't know why people feel like, because you talk to Republicans, and I'm talking direct to your lady, Glass. I don't know why she feels like because you talk to Republicans that you're a Republican. I don't understand that. Howard say something, Glass.
Yeah, but Ron, I don't.
You don't have to come on the air. Just a minute, Pastor. I want to hear this.
That's just crazy talk.
But no. I don't want to be rude. But I'm telling Barron, if he has to register, like if I was in Texas and it came to the point, well, but Ron, only way we can operate is in Republican. We couldn't register Democrat or Independent to go in the primaries. I will register as a Republican on paper, so that I can push out the other Republicans that are doing wrong.
Pastor, let me tell you some truth.
I run as a Republican on paper.
Pastor, let me tell you some truth.
We can't just let the title. Don't let the title scare you.
Pastor, let me tell you some truth. When I got through looking at the numbers in Louisiana, you could be a Democrat. You could disguise yourself as a Republican. But they're gonna still rule the majority. They gonna vote in who they want to vote in, and they control that by large numbers. In most of the parishes, if you look at the numbers, it's small. Actual voters is smaller numbers. It's almost 4 times the amount of other people in there in Louisiana.
Yeah, I understand that.
4 to 5, maybe 5 times.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you a question. In Pearland, that guy sneak up and won. That Democrat guy sneaked up and won.
Pastor, to be honest with you, he didn't sneak up and win it. He's been running for about 7, 8 years, a long time. I done seen his name in almost every election that there was before he actually got it. Okay.
My point of it is, if you're in this state and have to keep registering as a Republican, it's got to be a marathon. It won't be a sprint. I'm just saying, if I lived in Louisiana and got caught up in that thing, I'm not gonna let them take away my voting rights that way. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna learn how to I'll trick them in their votes. We're gonna put our own coalition of Black Republicans together, and we're gonna en masse try to make some changes within the party until we might take 20 years for one of us to get up there and get it. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't let them say they can't vote. They want to lay down and say I'm not gonna vote. That's what they want us to lay down and do. And say I quit.
No, I don't want nobody to say that they're not going to vote. But in Louisiana, that's a hard number to come up. And then, Glass, when we first started coming on the air and Pastor, a lot of the people are getting incarcerated.
Yeah.
And they don't have a right. They don't have a right to vote, and we still sitting here talking about the same thing in Louisiana. If anything gonna change, we're gonna have to even around New Orleans, and that's a lot of blacks in New Orleans.
Yeah.
But here, Glass, even in your parish, registered black voters 5,742 voters cast early 1,103. In the black vote is 19.2% turnout. What does that tell you?
Right. First thing first.
What does that tell you?
That tells people don't care. It's apathy. So we need to move from 20% of people voting to 80% of people voting. That's the whole big problem. We need to move all across the country. And that's how we got in the situation we're in. People got all these ideas, all these opinions, they got all these gripes, got all these problems. When it's time to vote, 20% of people or less are voting, and 70% or more are not voting. That's the problem.
So Riggins.
So go ahead, Glass. I'm gonna yield.
Riggins, if you put Roland Martin, Steve Harvey, Stephen A. Smith, what's his name? Ricky Smiley, and about 50 other ones in the same room, who gonna be the chief?
They're gonna be more concerned about who gets the mic and who gets the people to move before they even concerned about what the consequences of their action is.
Now
they're gonna tell you that I got the answer, and you better listen to me. They might even get in a fight in the same room, but their objective is to move the vote.
Let me tell you what happened. 2005, 2006, 2007. You remember when Tavis and Smiley and Cornel West?
Cornel West.
Mm-hmm.
During the Black Constitution, the black. I went to one of those things, and it was groundwork that helped get people together and coalition people. When Barack Obama decided to run, people were interested because they'd already set some groundwork. Sad thing about it, once he became president, guess who turned on Barack Obama? The same two guys.
Why?
Well, here's the thing, Pastor. I wouldn't say that they turned on him, but they was asking some hard questions before he became president that Barack didn't answer.
Let me tell you something. Barron and Ron, if I disagree with y'all about something seriously, it's going to damage your foothold. We have some discussion about like Tarico and all that kind of stuff. Tarico, that's one thing. But if I'm going to question you personally or your motive or are you up to the job, I'm not going to do that in front of everybody. We're going to close the door and fight behind the doors. See, that's what they do. White folk fight behind the doors and they come out looking like they're united. We spill the whole thing in front of everybody and chop up and divide and conquer in front of everybody and hurt ourselves. We can't do that, man. We can't do that. Because we're already behind the 8 ball. We're already coming from behind, trying to come up or coming from the bottom, and then we're in front of everybody. That's what they want us to do, is chop each other up in front of everybody.
And that's what we do.
Pastor.
These two guys should spend a lot of time at that White House or on the phones with him or had some their own envoy or adversaries, the word I'm looking for, going back and forth with Obama, talking behind closed doors, like the Heritage Foundation, like the bunch of I don't know nothing about Project 2025, but in the back rooms, he steady talking with them. They thrusting stuff out. They coming out what they want to do. Then they come out of the United Front. That's where we go wrong at. I mean, that they didn't need. Once they had, see, Paul. I'm gonna use Baron Glass now. Paul says, "I planted."
Polished water.
Polished water. God gave the increase. See, when they planted the seed in 2006, 2007, they had done their job. They wanted to water and manage Barack Obama. They couldn't do that. That's what I'm saying. We got to learn how to know our place. We got to know when. If Ron has this platform and he can invite me on, I'm not trying to run Ron's platform and tell him how to do it and don't show when I'm not here and you need to have the shows about this and I don't like this format. No. If I have a problem with it, we talk with it off air, not in front of everybody. That's where they went wrong.
I'm gonna bring this up and Pastor, you brought up a good point. Byron, call those years out again.
What?
What Pastor was just talking about, Tavis Smiley and Cornell West. What years were those?
6 and 7.
To what?
6 and 7.
6 and 7, something like that.
Yeah,
Let me ask you a question. So y'all got the dates right. So now, in this day and age, we talking about people next. We talking about my numbers are bigger than yours. You got the Breakfast Club over here doing their thing, and people are criticizing them, telling them that they don't know what they're talking about. We got all this confusion going on in our top media sources out there. What's the difference between then and now?
No, you're right. That's why I'm complaining about it. But the sad thing about it, they did something good by laying the groundwork. They planted the seed.
What seed did they plant, Pastor? Because this is one of those.
They should never try to openly in the public keep questioning him, what he's doing, trying to, we're gonna hold him accountable with everybody. That wasn't their job to do that. They had already planted the seed. They don't even try to water. Let somebody else water and let God give the increase. That's what they messed up at. And guess what? Barack Obama done been the president. He's gonna get his stats. He's gonna get his library. He can't never be president again. People still. Guess what they had? Tavis ran himself into personal issues, and Cornell West and come out every time now look like a clown. I'm being honest.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
They overdid themselves.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but you know what? You said that they overdid themselves, but I wish more people would have stepped up and asked Trump some of those direct questions that they was asking Barack Obama at that time. Now, see, you can't say it's okay, but it's not okay for them to ask Barack Obama. But nobody stepped up and asked Trump, or else we wouldn't have been here. So we can't have it both ways. Either we got to get on board and try to come up with solutions, or we just out there fighting a battle that ain't nobody gonna win.
Let me say something else, though, Ron. The questions you need to ask Trump are valid questions about even his capabilities, his character, his authenticity, his being authentic, and even if he's even qualified. The stuff that was asking Barack Obama about was difference of opinions and processes, how to get to the same place. Let me say it again. They were trying to get the same place Barack Obama trying to get to. He's doing it a different way. They don't like it. The stuff we're asking Trump about, are you a pedophile? Why you had 4,500 lawsuits against you before you even ran the first time? Why were you colluding with the Russians? Why were you grabbing women by their private parts? Why do you rape somebody in Fifth Saks Avenue? Why you grifting money? Like right now, people put $100 for the Trump telephone. He got $650 million out of it, and nobody ain't got one telephone.
Let me just say this,
apples and oranges. They were messing with
No. I think that you're mixing the point. Because here's the point. Questions. We're talking about questions. Alan Allison could say, we're talking about questions. And it sounds like everything that you just mentioned should have been questions that was answered. So what makes us different that we can't ask questions?
We're not on the same team with Trump. Most of Americans not on the same team with Trump. 29%, only 29% of Americans in favor of Trump. They were on the same team. Barack Obama and Cornel West were on the same team. And it would question them out loud in front of everybody, what I'm trying to say. I don't
want to get bogged down in this, Pastor. I'm just going to let that one go. This is going to have to be a conversation we have off the air, because I'm just telling you, I'm not afraid of questions. And if a question is going to change the campaign, it didn't change the outcome. And in the end, like you said, they end up suffering more. But I'm still saying, why can't we ask questions? But anyway, I'm going to go somewhere else with this, because I can see you stuck in your pattern. And I know how I get and you get. So I'm going to try to continue moving on. Come on, Glass.
No, I mean, hey, if the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell had an issue with old boy, he didn't try to destroy him like Smiley and West did publicly. They did it behind closed doors. They worked it out.
That's all I'm saying. We don't know how to do that as African Americans.
We ain't, Pastor, to tell you the truth, we ain't never knew how to do it.
That's the
Because
problem.
if I got an issue with Glass, I can pick up my telephone and call Glass on his telephone. If I got an issue with Pastor Riggins, I can get me, you, and Byron Glass on the telephone, and we can work it out that way. I don't understand when you get money and you get an audience behind you that you can't pick it up. Even though we're using Dr. Cornel West and Tavis Smiley as an example, but it's stuff that's going on right today in modern times where you could pick up a telephone and call each other and work that out. Don't work it out in front of us. That's the same thing that you're saying, Pastor.
No,
same thing.
That's how we got hurt.
That's how we're getting hurt. And we continue to let ourselves be hurt because they want to see that message go out on the airways. And we just accommodate them.
Right.
We just say, here we are. Just step all on me.
Right. They get in the room, Don Lemon, Charlemagne, what's his name?
Hey, Riggins.
All of them will get together, they're going to argue and fuss in front of everybody.
Riggins. King them fought for the right to vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they got it. Well, if you look at the voting pattern from then until now, these people are asking, well, you asked for the right to vote. We gave it to you. And you're coming out at 15 to 20% voting. Why should I continue to move forward? We're going to change this. You don't want to vote, so we're taking it away from you.
Yeah, because this is what happened. You're right. Here's what happened. And Barron is spot on. Because our population is so much greater than theirs now. Mixed races, people of color, Asians.
Which should have made it better.
Right. So what happened is that we're just a little bit margin, like we're on 10% margin or 5% margin better than them. So it's a little bit cut you off at the legs. And because you're only 50% of y'all are voting, we cut y'all out the legs. And guess what? We'll get that 5% or 10% margin and keep the power. This is what they're doing. They're playing around the edges. If we'd have been overwhelming in voting, it wouldn't matter. They couldn't stop us. We've been overwhelming in voting. We'd have people in there that would have got the Civil Rights Act renewed. We played around too long with just giving that 15, 20% voting. Until now, they looked and said, wait a minute, y'all barely beating us. Y'all barely holding the House. Y'all barely holding the Senate. We barely holding it. So we're going to take that. We're going to take that from y'all. And that's what happened. We put ourselves in a position.
Another thing out there, Pastor, that's out there, and I don't never want to get past this. People are registering to vote, but they ain't casting their vote.
Yeah, too.
And you know, before I get chopped up in the national media, I know they're supposed to purge your vote every so often. So, you know, the numbers can be construed just a little bit. So if you want to chop me up on something that I don't know. Chop me up on something that I don't know. Because if you look at the numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Unless Musk got a hold to him.
Thank you.
You're right. See, that's another thing. But if we had voted in mass, even when he tried to purge the vote, he couldn't have purged it enough. But we know he purged it because less people voted in 2024 than 2020, and the pandemic was going on in 2020. So you know that they purged the vote, but we didn't get out there enough to overwhelm that purge.
again, Riggins, if you got the state of Texas and them got 50 million in the Senate race, 50 million in the congressional race, and then with her she got 100,000. You know there's something wrong with that.
Yeah, they lied, man. They lied, man. It was straight up a theft, and that's why to this day, I'm gonna be honest. I got wrong with this. Joe Biden was sorry. I'm sorry, because when Trump was hollering they cheated in 2020, he had all the power with him in the government, and his government showed that he didn't cheat. Now Biden had all the power of the government with him to go investigate, and he didn't do it. He laid down like a sissy and gave it up.
You know what, Pastor? I'm not going to disagree with one word you just got through saying, because it was some stuff that went on during that administration that we could be proud of, but it was some stuff that we should be embarrassed of.
Yeah,
and that just happens to be one of them.
He laid down and invited Trump over to the White House and gave up the ghost.
You know, as we get further into this, I don't want to lose this perspective. Louisiana breakdown, color versus context. Let's start with Louisiana. You've got parties with thousands of registered black voters, but don't turn out in the percentages. You got parishes along the Texas border that show 50% turnout. You know, you got parishes with 10 voters, and they all black. And it looks like their numbers are higher than everybody else's. I want to add this map to the stage. This map, which one I want to add? This is Texas. And it looks like everything is hunky-dory in these counties along the border, but you might have 10 blacks turning out. And if you look at the percentages, it looks like maybe they got 70, 80% turnout. Numbers can be deceiving.
It's 80%, but 80% is only 10 people. That's crazy, man.
So I'm just what I'm trying to show you, even in Harris County, look at the number of voters, black voters that registered. Look at the turnout.
That's the key, Ron. It's not how many registered, it's how many voted.
And
so how do you expect a different
poll? Early voting, you can vote to any poll as long as you have your driver's license with you. You don't have to go to
so Byron Glass and Pastor, I just need you to answer this one to me. How can you expect a different result
if
you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over?
Riggins, but see, when I went to vote the other day, I couldn't vote for no candidate. Okay, because I was a no party, and I had to identify with one or the other. Well, what if I'm identifying as one, I'm prevented from voting for the other.
Right. But in the primary, but in general election, you vote for who you want to.
Yeah, but your candidate may be erased in the primary. I mean, in the primary.
I know. That's why I said we're going to get registered as these Republicans in these states.
Remember, the common denominator of the party is not the DNR. It's still more of them than us.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you registered as whatever title you want, you're still excluded because of what the Constitution excludes you from. Now, people won't say that.
Now, what happens, like, for instance, let's say I move back to Denton or move to Abbeville or somewhere like that for like 5 years and get a good reputation working in the community and register as a Republican, and then get people to come out, blacks and people to believe what I'm doing and vote for me as a Republican. That's how I push somebody out that's like a MAGA person or somebody that means no good. It's a process.
And remember, there's a difference between a MAGA and a conservative.
Right. I can come back to the town and say, okay, Democrats ain't gonna ever win in Louisiana, so now I got to become a conservative, middle of the road, black Republican in the city. And
then you know what's gonna happen?
Good coalitions, big friends, like Byron say, friends with Republicans and stuff, and then get on the ballot.
Let me
I win. I can go down to Washington D.C. and vote the way I need to vote to help out.
Let me just get this down before I say what I'm gonna say, because then you know what's gonna happen, Pastor. They're gonna say he done crossed over. He ain't even supporting us because of the message that they're getting from the other party. They're gonna spend more time destroying you than they are trying to help you get elected, even under those terms.
No, if I can get elected first, now the second to go around, it's gonna be work. That's when you have to work. You have to work your salt, because now they're gonna say.
So what you're saying is you got to get out of the primaries first, right?
Right. Yes. And then once
So,
I get elected, and then I get down to Washington D.C. and they say I'm doing something different, then I got to prove to my district that I'm here to help you. See, if you notice, no matter who you are, some of the most scoundrels, laziest people, once they get in, and some people in a long time, like Sheila Jackson Lee, she was a good woman, but she was held at 18th district too long. But once she got name recognition, that's all she needed, was that she gonna represent our district. So just getting your foot in the door. Getting your foot in the door is what you need.
I can't hear her.
Nah, I'm here.
Oh, I thought she was talking. You was pointing that
He
way.
wanted to say something, man.
Now I was pointing at her, at Republican.
That's I've been trying to get her opinion for a while, because people hear us, but they don't think that we know what we're talking about. They don't think that we're going in a direction. They don't think that we're trying to pull a group of people together, because we don't have that national audience. Don't necessarily mean that we don't have a goal, or we're not trying to move the narrative. I look at since I've been in the position that I am right now, without telling my business, I get a good ample opportunity to look at social media and the trends between these two, sending stuff into our little group text all the time that you can go out and research and follow through. And it's been a long time. And I'm gonna say this, and I need y'all to understand this. It's been a long time since Byron Glass called me up yesterday. He was so frustrated. He didn't know he was just going. It's been a long time since I had that conversation. But he was frustrated yesterday.
He don't want to say no.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to dig yesterday after I got through with the conversation with Byron. I had to dig. I really did, Byron. I started digging, and what I found out, I was disappointed with. I'm like, this is just crazy. But then I look at a state like Louisiana, and y'all really don't have no Democratic pockets.
Hey, AF.
Yeah.
She say all three of us acting like we are independent, but we really Republicans.
I said you are.
I heard it clearly. She said you are.
Hey, Ron.
She didn't say all three of us.
Again, if you can open up the canister, you ain't never seen but once, like I said, twice, that I ever voted for a Republican. Ever.
My thing is this,
I can call the names of those people.
Glass, what do we always say?
Hey.
What we always say is this: we're gonna vote for the best candidate. I don't care what color he is. I don't care what party he in. If he's doing the best thing for me and mine, that's where my vote's going. I don't care. Everybody else get confused because I'm about to spill the beans to you.
Hey, Riggins.
Based on these maps and this research that I've done, if we don't get anybody else on the other side to come over to our side, it's doomed anyway.
Riggins, she voted for Donald J, man.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
She voted for Donald J. She ain't even vote for her sorority sister, man.
Let me tell you what happened, though. Now, you might go sleep at somewhere else tonight. But anyway, look at here. What's the deal?
Hey, Ron, she right here. She don't want to show her face.
Gentlemen,
look, here's what happened.
I can hear it.
Riggins, hold on.
Yield for a minute.
Hold on.
you all don't know me, and I don't know you all, but let me tell you, I'm a Democrat. My family, my culture, but I'm like you. I vote for whoever is the best person for that position. But this one right here, he's independent, incognito.
Hey, AF, know me better.
I want to ask her why she voted for Donald Trump.
I didn't.
She don't want to tell you she voted for Trump.
I didn't.
Hey, Riggins, she worth $12 million. Who she voted for?
She probably voted for him. She said she didn't. I'll take her at her word.
You know my thing is.
She said she didn't vote for Donald Trump.
I didn't.
I know who she voted for, Ricky.
But
How you know?
Cause she told me.
no, he probably.
Let me just say this, Byron. We said this many a times, and I'm gonna let this go through this time.
You said you was a Republican.
Whatever happens between you in that voting booth and what ticket you pull, that's between you. Let me move my hand over. And that man upstairs. If you felt like that was your best interest, I ain't got no problem with it. But if you don't do the research, if you register to vote and you don't vote, I got a problem with that.
Go ahead, Barry.
Come on.
Hey, Minority Leader Bob Dole and Senator Neil Rice are the only two Republicans I ever voted for, locally, statewide, or national. Hey, all of them, Ron. I ain't never seen a Republican worth me voting for.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I haven't seen one.
Grew up a registered Dem all my life till 2012.
And I'm gonna make some people mad when I say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm tired. I'm gonna tell you what I'm tired of. I'm tired of these men getting in office, not serving the purpose. So if we could ever get a woman to a point where I can't say that because Kamala was electable, but she didn't make it. If we could ever get a woman that's electable and can make it, I'm voting for her.
Well, Ron, Rickens, your girl AOC says she may run. Psych.
But I will tell y'all something while you shaking your head.
Hey, Riggins, the man of the hour is Andy Bashir.
Yes, sir.
That's the only one who could pull it off.
And his vice president be Mark Kelly. Because of
Andy Bashir.
I'm gonna put a hole in that theory because I'm gonna tell you something, Pastor.
Andy Bashir.
If Andy Bashir on top, he needs to get somebody else. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say he needs to get somebody else. Because we didn't call it out. I see we didn't got away from Gavin Newsom in California.
Because Gavin Newsom, they use him like they use what's her name? They used to be the House Speaker.
Nancy Pelosi.
You're right. They treat him like that. They treat him like a character.
He did it to himself. We laughed at him as he got on Trump. But here's the thing that we never looked at, Pastor. And I'm gonna be honest.
I wear
look at this. Trump got out of office and he started running from day one.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
Getting back into the media, running campaigns. Everything that Biden said.
Hey, Riggins, I wear $30 shoes, and she told me I wear $600 shoes. I wear $30 shoes from Payless, from the old Iranian store that sell the Stacey Adams. That's $60.
Yeah,
I ain't never had a shoe worth more than $75.
In Glass, I'm gonna say this, and I need you, Glass. Let me just say this. I need you to understand. You must wear them damn good for them to look like $600 shoes.
Hey, bro.
And it's nothing wrong. And here's what I want to say.
I got on now, $29.
Thank you.
Hey, Glass. You know what? I'm gonna say this, and I need most people to understand this in our audiences out there. I don't care what price you paid for it. You spent your hard-earned money for it. And if you spent your hard-earned money for it, I don't care how people feel about it. Hey, and if we don't change our position on how much money we spend in clothes, cars, and all the rest of that, they ain't spending that money. They driving Toyota Corollas. They driving Civics. They driving Honda Accords. But we don't get to that point until we get older and our income change.
Hey, Pastor Riggins.
Yes, sir.
I'm sitting on a $750,000 plus mansion right now, but I'm a Republican, and I got a probably $40,000 mansion, but I'm
Yeah,
Republican.
but Byron, you know what? She ain't the only one. If she voted for Trump, it's a lot of them that voted for Trump that had a bunch of money. They trying to hold on to that little bit of money. You ain't gonna. It may not be there the rest of your time. Everybody has a number that they're gonna get to before they end up where they came from.
Hey,
So if
Rick,
it was,
I have to wait 6 months before I clean my house. It's a lady every week cleaning, but I'm a Republican. Come on now, Rick. It's facts speak for themselves, man.
I don't.
Facts speak for themselves, bro.
I'm just gonna say this, Glass, and I'm doing like you do. I'm doing like you. I'm
You
playing your
know,
role now.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just laughing.
Yeah, I know you sitting back in the cut, but I'm trying to get him
I'm
away
not,
from that.
I'm
Cause
trying to get
I'm
man.
trying to get him to a point
The
where he
show
understands
go
that.
off. Eric got to stay in that house tonight.
Hey,
I'm
Ron,
not saying that.
Reagan was gonna get a Bentley. Hey, I got a Ford F-150.
That's what I had. That's what I got. I got a Dodge Ram.
Who was that sent a picture on a convertible?
Huh?
Who was that sent a picture in a convertible?
Yeah, but that's a Mustang.
I didn't say anything. I'm glad I'm not in that
Car, man. That's
conversation.
a regular car.
You and Byron go ahead and have y'all conversation. I'm gonna sit on the sideline and be quiet.
That parents of hell. Get
Hey,
the those
Ron.
like the Jaguars.
Hey,
And Mercedes.
she bought that.
That very glass of milk, boy.
Let me.
But
I
the
don't even
whole
know how to
point
get
is,
us back
hey, Ron,
redirected, but I'm gonna do this.
what Barron's trying to say that in Louisiana, Republicans rule. He's just stuck down there. Is what he's trying to say. He's stuck in Louisiana where Republicans rule, and he's trying to make as a Democrat in a Republican country. Is what he's trying to say.
Hey,
The
Oh,
numbers don't lie. I mean, I'm putting up the map to show you. Listen, look at black percentages across the state of Louisiana. I'm trying to see. Well, 27% down in New Orleans, 22% in Baton Rouge. Byron, what's DeSoto County? What's there?
DeSoto, that's
DeSoto
over.
Parish.
Yeah, that's over by Shreveport, going east of Shreveport.
So
Hey,
in
Ron,
DeSoto Parish, how many? It's more blacks there.
that's all town.
So it's a lot of blacks in that parish.
No, not necessarily blacks, but you got some well-to-do people that for mineral rights and things like that. Hey,
Oh,
Riggins. If they did the Forbes top 100 people in the state, she would be in it.
we all got to make it at some point. Every level.
Right.
No, I mean with zeros behind it.
you know I don't. Let me just say this. I'm one of these people that numbers don't. I don't care what you got. I don't care how you got it. It's how you protect it. It's how you protect it. And if you got it, I'm with you 100%. But it's how you protect it. And that's the same thing about a vote. You got to be able to protect your vote. We're not protecting our vote in either one of these states because we're not showing up to vote at the right numbers. It's the same. It's the same. If we don't stop the principle, if we don't start delivering a message that can help our people, we're down. We're going down. It's over with.
Yes, sir.
And I know we've been saying this and we almost blew in the face saying it. But if we don't do it, we're doomed. And I don't see nobody out here other than Byron Glass, Pastor Riggins, and myself that's going out trying to make it better for normal people.
Now, I will
Because
say,
it's more normal people out there than it is people with lots of money.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that we can't be naive to think that we're the only ones doing it because we have to show. But as far as vocalizing and making it be known, there are a lot of people doing it that we don't see doing it. But we need a coalition more with those people. There might be people that's talking like on a job, talking to their families around the kitchen table, talking to their church, trying to get people going. But they're not as organized as we're trying to do it. We need more people organized like we are and get more, people see people doing it is what I believe the issue is. That makes sense?
Old pastor.
Now, people that have our opportunity, a lot of them, that you say they have media, they're getting paid, and that's why they're not doing it.
Hey, Rick,
everyday people, I think everyday people that are trying to do it, they just don't have no spot like that on them.
But the greatest fame that you can receive is the invitation to walk through those gates. Yeah. Okay, so no matter what you got here, if you ain't bringing somebody else up, then whether you a D or R or independent, you're just useless.
Yeah.
And Ron, remember when we were doing ads for the political candidates, that came on. We bought Democrats and Republicans on, and we asked them the questions. We didn't shy away. We didn't give them no pre-scripted questions or whatever. They didn't control the narrative. I control it. If you coming on the show, then I'm going to ask you a question off the script. Okay, You're not going to have no prepared statement because that's a lie. My question is, what are you going to do when you're faced with this particular issue? And they all answer.
You know what, Pastor Glass? Pastor, I'm calling you Pastor Glass, but you know what? You got to ask the hard questions. If you're going to shy away from the hard questions, you might as well take your little cameras and your little equalizers and your little computer that you got, or if you got a big program that you're scared to answer the questions, direct questions that the people want to have answers to, you need to pack that stuff up and go home. Pack it up and go back to where you came from. Get back on the other side of on the other side of the table and sit there. Because you're right. I brought up a map, but I'm not going to share it tonight. I brought up a map to show you how many Democrat podcasters there are across America. But yet we depend on somebody else to deliver our message. That's the problem.
But Ron, remember, Cleo Fields just said, if you want him to run a 100-yard dash, he can run it. If you want him to jump over the hurdles, he can run it. But it's no way possible. When I went before the United States Justice Department, and they asked me the last specific question, Mr. Glass, in the present day current society, based on one man, one vote, do you feel if it was not a majority minority district, do you feel that you could get elected? And I raised up and said 100% absolutely not. That held then, and that holds now.
I can't disagree with you.
So the question is, what has changed? Okay, now I can be a Baron Donald. I can be a person who hate who I am and go against everything that the people that came before me stood for and get elected because I'm against it. But if I stand for that, it's no way, shape, form, and where's hell that you'll get elected. And I have factual data that can back up what I'm saying because I've been there. I've been in the trenches. Nobody can contest what my experience in life has been based on my politics. Okay, I have chosen to serve all people, and all people mean those who are willing to give me the opportunity to serve them. If they don't look like me, I give them the same credibility that I give to somebody that look like me. If they look like me and they're doing the wrong thing, I don't go with what's wrong. I go with what's going to make me go home, allow me to go home and sleep at night knowing that I did what God wanted me to do. Okay, and I have tried, I've fought for any person, regardless of who they are, where they come from, and how they treat me. Okay, but at the end of the day, the one thing that I don't tolerate is racism and racial prejudice. I do not tolerate that under any circumstances. So if you're going to come in now and take away my district and tell me that I have the opportunity to get elected, then you're just as full of shit is full of itself.
Tell the truth. Ain't nothing, say it out loud, as James Brown used to say.
Anybody that know me, know I don't mince my words. I speak strictly from my passion. And I don't have any ill intent to hurt anybody, but you're not going to sit here and tell me that it's raining, but no, it's not raining. It's a cow pissing on a flat rock. That boat don't hold me, because I don't subscribe to what you subscribe to. Don't make me any different than you. My experience in life just dictates my outcome. And I have seen it over and over. And I've been in meetings all morning, from 8 o'clock this morning to 4:30 this afternoon, talking about this same stuff, with me being the only person in there that looks like me. And guess what? I ain't never bowed down to nobody. I ain't yielding to nobody but God. If you give me your opinion, I'm going to give you mine. Okay. And that's the top and bottom line. And there's no way, shape, form, or fashion that you can tell me in 2026 that we've made enough strides for John Roberts on the Supreme Court to say that the country is no longer the same. That's an absolute lie.
Clip it.
And I'll tell him that. And I wish that I had the opportunity to be in more of these rooms, because I feel like the logic that I bring is logic that God gives me. So I'm making you think about what you're saying. What you're saying based on the facts. Now, it's coming out now that some of the data that the Supreme Court used, Riggins, was falsely used.
That's right.
Okay, it was not accurate information. It's nowhere in West Hell, if I ran for governor in this state, that I would have, even if I had the money to win, that I could have a chance to win. No, I can't.
Yeah.
So that's a factual lie, and you're not going to ever get me to believe in anything other than you give me a level playing field, Ron, and you take out all of the evils that exist. I guarantee I'm coming out on top. I guarantee you that, because I'm gonna do whatever it takes, legitimately, to get on top. You're not gonna never find me at the bottom unless I choose to be there. Okay, and for any politician that's sitting here saying and lying that, oh yeah, you got just as good a chance as I do, that's an absolute lie. Okay, because now, if we were behind the curtains and you didn't see me, I guarantee you my logic is going to supersede yours. Because I'm speaking for the people. I'm speaking for those at the bottom. I'm speaking for those at the majority, at the bottom. I've never yielded, agreed. Again, I was asked to serve on a board. And I said, okay, but here's one condition. As long as I'm still able to do the things that I'm doing now, which is speaking out and standing up. Man said, I have absolutely no problem with that. I said, if you don't have a problem with that, I can serve on your board. And I'm still there. But I ain't yielding to nobody.
All right.
I'm not yielding to Jim Crow. I'm not yielding to John Crow. And I think Reagan said it months ago, and I never thought about this. At some point, you may have to be ready to.
He got too strong in Louisiana.
Here's the deal. What he was saying earlier, what he said about level playing fields, I was talking about earlier. If they take it away around the margins, that's how they make the playing field unlevel. You see, they notice that we was only voting 15-20%. So now if they take away the ability of us to vote in primaries, then now they've jaded the map, and we don't have a level playing field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We lost Byron Glass. I think he lost his internet connection, but I think you got the gist of what Byron was saying, and we got to change it. We while y'all sitting there arguing among each other in this, using this social media thing to argue among each other and put down one another, we can use this to build us. We can use this to build this up. Mm-hmm. Byron just brought up something that we can latch on to. Pastor Regan's been talking about stuff that we can latch on to. We just haven't been able to do it because we got so much. I'm gonna add Byron back to the stage, but we just haven't been able to do it. And we're trying. I mean, I see people out there running their mouth, flapping their gums all the time. And Pastor, you're right. We're not the only ones that's doing it, but the ones that's got the platform to move the agenda forward. They're not trying to. Byron called out so much stuff just then. I hate that he went off the air, and I'm gonna give it back to him. And we're gonna. I don't know.
Well, no, Ron. I think there are many people that's doing it, but it's one thing to be doing it. It's another thing to be doing it the right way. I'm not compromising what I believe because you feel that what you believe supersedes what I believe. I believe that my mama taught me enough about history to where I know that she had no reason to lie. I know that all of those old people who allowed me the opportunity when I was a young boy, had a vehicle to drive to take them to the grocery store, and they believed in me. Okay, they believed that that they finally had the opportunity, even though they didn't get the benefits of it, that I got the benefits of it. And as a result of me getting the benefits of it, I'd be damned if I will ever sell out anybody. Okay, I believe in what's right. I have people that don't look nowhere close to me. That's some of my greater friends. Some would do anything that I ask them to do, that do not subscribe to all of this ideology, this idolatry, or this false bearing witness and all that other stuff. I would go to my grave to help them. But that does not mean that I can't get on this platform and speak about the evils. It's my job to tell you what I see is wrong. It's your job to listen. I'm not saying you have to agree with it, but what I am telling you is that just because you don't see it, it does not mean that it's not true. I'm here to tell you. The other day, Ron, I was driving from my meeting. I was driving up to the lake house. Okay. I got stopped by a police officer. Soon as the guy come up, he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Well, I just left a meeting. I'm headed up to the lake." You know what he asked me? No, you know what his comment was? He said, "Well, it looked like you're doing better than me." I said, "Hell, what you expect? What you expect? You don't know what I do. You don't know what I've gone through. I get out there and I bust my ass. I do everything that I'm supposed to do. I try to stay out of everybody else's lane. I try to do what I'm supposed to do. I do my job. I do it well. I don't need nobody to look over my shoulder and say, you need to do this." No. What you need to do is tell me what the instructions are and I can follow. I don't need you to judge me based off of because you don't have a fucking lake house and that I have one that I'm supposed to fill down. As a matter of fact, I wished I could get 10 of them. You don't know where my source of income comes. It's legal. It's legitimate. So my point is, when we get in those rooms, we just like the guy from Baton Rouge, the state senator that blew up his coup. He's out here apologizing and stepping off. What you apologizing for? What are you apologizing for, Riggins? You apologizing for defending what you feel is right? It's passion. Just like right now, a person may say, "Well, he's angry up." No, I'm just as cool, calm, and collected. But my passion is showing because I'm tired of dealing with the same shit that my mama dealt with. I just ain't dealing with it.
Right, and for the audience, pay attention to the audience. Ron and I could talk about this. I'm from Louisiana. I've been living in Texas since 1992. Ron is from Texas, living in Texas. Barron is in the middle of this thing that just happened. As Ron was showing y'all the maps, Caldwell Parish, where he at, he's in the middle of it. So he's one of the voters who's they're trying to disenfranchise right now.
Yeah, my district is the one that's going to be erased. Okay, but guess what, Riggins? When the law was there, I was successful, little old country boy. I was successful to go to Washington, D.C. and defend my position. And I defended it so well to where I won my position. And I've been able to keep it for 33 years. Okay, nobody has never ran against me. I be the man that had been there since Reconstruction, since integration. He was a yes man. But I got on there not being a yes man, but I got on there helping everybody, doing what I could do to help everybody. So when I go home at night, I know that I did the best that I could based on the ability that God gave me, which is you treat everybody right and you let me deal with the outcome. Riggins said earlier, I planted, I polished water. You let the man give the increase, and he's giving the increase. Riggins, there's been things that have been done that nobody even know about to help all people. Just as recent as today. If there's a policy, I expect you to follow it. I don't expect you to give preferential treatment to Riggins because he looked like me. I expect you to give Riggins the opportunity to apply for the job and let him come in and give his credentials. Let him defend whatever it is he defends, and then you make the decision. But don't cut him out because he looked like me and he don't look, give him the opportunity. That's all I'm saying. And you taking the opportunity away from me. So hell yeah, we got a right to be upset. We got a right to be mad. We got a right to be furious.
I'm Glass. I love when you get on that platform and you just
And I'm being
go
nice
because
right
I love that part about you because that's that fire that's always been there. Pastor Riggins get that same fire. I don't want to be here on this show with two guys besides myself and they don't have no passion in what they're saying. I don't want a politician that's fighting for me in Washington that don't have no passion.
Well, hey, Ron, and here's my thing. Tell me how, based on the history and based on the facts, that you can sit and tell me that if you take away what you've given me, that I still have the same chance. Prove that to me. Prove me wrong. Well, Barack Obama he got elected, but look at the results now. You didn't want him to get elected, so now you fixing it to where it can't happen again.
Oh, they showing you that they ain't gonna, and I hate to say they, but the people that's got majority of the power in this country are showing you that they not gonna let it happen. It ain't just about it. We think it's just about a woman running for office, but do you know what happens when a woman opens up the gate? It becomes everybody's chance to run for office. It's not just black and white. It becomes everybody has a chance to run for that office because they open it up to a woman. Until we open that door to a woman, this country ain't gonna change. But it's gonna take the right woman to come behind this fool that's in office to make a difference.
Let me say something, Ron. The biggest problem is they got the power, but they're not the majority no more. That's why we have a trickery going on. They're the minority by numbers, by pure numbers, by population, by the census. Anglo-American white male is the minority in the United States now, but he wants to hold the power.
Well, Riggins, what I can tell you is this, Ron. I'm sitting at a table right now. If you expect me to come to the table and sit quietly like Clarence Thomas, then you're a fool.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I ain't welcome at that table.
I want to bring something up because I heard Pastor Riggins, and I'm not disputing him, but this is what I want to show you. I want to show you something. Let me see if I can get it up real quick. Not that one. See if I can remove this one and show you this one. See if I can put it on the stage by itself. Pastor, look at Caldwell Parish. We're just gonna go across there.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how many whites it is in Caldwell Parish, voting against the black race. Then others. Then you break it down into males, females, 250, Dems, 93 party, 325 Republican.
Voting population, Ron.
Yeah, I'm still saying, Pastor.
I'm talking about, Darren, how many people in Caldwell Parish been in prison and can't vote? How many black guys on the corners in Parish? Talking about when we look at the population now in the United States, as far as actual born, birth, living, touch human being, politics, voting, non-voting, everything. The Anglo-American male has been outnumbered in population, but he's trying to hold the voting power.
I might agree with you. The Anglo male has been outlaid, but when you put both of them together, the women and the men, they still, in majority of America, they still hold power.
No, but they don't have the majority numbers.
Yeah, but irregardless to what I just said, let me bring this back to our house. Our fault is that you've had the opportunity to vote, but you sat on your lazy ass and you didn't get out to vote.
Right.
Okay, so it's your fault. It's your fault that looks like me when you choose not to go and exercise your vote. When you say, well, voting doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. Yes, I fault you for where we at right now. Because if you'd have got your ass out and you'd have did what you needed to do, then we wouldn't even be in this situation. Because if you would have chosen, because we always saying, well, it ain't nobody qualified. These people had multiple degrees from the most prestigious universities that a man could ever go to. And they earned the privilege to get there. They wasn't no DEI. They did it with their brain. If you put Pastor Riggins with anybody from a historical standpoint, where they went to Princeton, Harvard, Yale, or whatever, he can perform and do the same thing. He didn't have a Princeton, Harvard degree. You know why? Because his dad and his mama put the degree in him.
That's what we're talking about. So, second thing, Ron and Baron, the sad thing about it, to complicate it more, the prison population is 80% us. So now you take half of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us going to prison where we don't have the right to vote after that with felonies. And then the ones who have the right to vote don't want to go vote. See what I'm saying? We got the numbers. It's just like we're not even registering. If we do register, like y'all say, we're not even voting after we register. You can't register if you've been in prison. You can't register. You don't register if you're gonna be a wino on the corner that don't want to do nothing. But then those of us who do register, we still stay home.
Yep.
And
Before we ever get started.
Because we worried about A.F. Riggins going to college, getting his degree, fighting his way through the ranks to have a position, and then able to go out and buy the things that he feels that he deserves, one being his convertible, and you get mad at him and don't even want to go and talk to him. So you're letting this fear, trust, and envy factor kick in to where you don't even have no dealings with him, and he's in your neighborhood.
Or to take it one step further on a national level, you got more numbers than the guy that you're talking about. And you could have all the answers that with all the places that you done went into and served. But instead of you, as Byron said earlier, picking up the telephone, making a telephone call, you want to air it out on the media. You want to put this picture up on your thumbnail. You want to do everything that you can to destroy that person instead of picking up the doggone phone.
Here's a better example. I'm divorced. Riggins just got a divorce. Not one time has he ever asked me about my personal business, and not one time have we ever asked him about his personal business. We respected that. We still dealt with him on the level that we knew him from. I don't care what happened in this relationship. What I care about is him being able to have a shoulder to lean on. If he want to pick up the phone and call and talk to me, he can. I don't hold it against him. I don't hold it against him because he called me and said, look, these are the type cars I'm looking at. Which one you want? If the one you want, I'm not going to get. We collaborate like that. My best friend, we don't talk every day. We don't talk every month. But when we do talk, it's the same as if it was the last time we conversated. So my point is that we're so quick to blame other people when the shit fall right back in our lap. We haven't done what we needed to do. And we're still not doing what we need to do because you're telling people now that the last straw that you have to hold on to is about to be taken away. And people still, well, it don't bother me. It ain't going to hurt me. I'm going to go out and go to work every day. Well, you may not even be able to go out to go to work because they don't have to hire your ass now.
Yeah. You can wake up in the morning, they can say they cut away your job, don't have to give you a reason no more.
Exactly. And the little voices that you had, it's gone.
Let me take it one step further. See that fool that's in office right now? If that stock market don't change and they keep going down and down and down, there's gonna be a lot of people gonna have to go out and get jobs. It's people that's comfortable right now where it's at.
If they want to take away Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel's voice and ABC's voice, what the hell you think they want to do to me and you?
I agree with you. I can't disagree with you. But while we sitting at home not voting, let me do this, and I'm gonna give it to Glass and Pastor Riggins, and we're gonna get out of here. You know the blueprint for a nation from these two states, we now have a blueprint for the entire country. This is a model of these two states that we can follow for almost the entire country. And if you look at it from Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, the Carolinas, all the way across, anywhere up in those areas or across the nation, this is a model that we're doing because we're registering to vote. We're becoming a potential. We're not carrying through with our vote. Because if we carry through, it's less of them voting, but we can become the majority of the vote if we just follow through on the vote.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
A way to rebuild trust. We got to rebuild trust among ourselves. We got to rebuild awareness and understanding. It may take us region by region. We're trying to reach out to the whole nation. We may not get there reaching out to a whole nation, but we can go region by region and change it. Truth by truth. This is the foundation. We have the foundation that people have given their lives for us to get here. Even what we're doing, me, Byron Glass, and Pastor Riggins, they have given their life for us to get here. And we still don't respect it. This is a story. This is a solution. But we're not trying to find solutions. We're attacking one another. So, Byron Glass, I'm giving it to you. You give it back to Pastor. Get us out of here, Pastor.
I'm giving it to Pastor.
Man, a lot has been said tonight. We even had the amusement of Baron in his house with his lady, and they're going back and forth. But the truth of it was, Baron, then you know that no matter what was said in the micro, like in the small thing, who voted for Donald Trump, who voted for Kamala Harris, who voted for Democrat, in the big picture, Baron put his life out on the line all these years. That's what he was saying. What he owns now, what he does, where he goes, that's his personal business. But when he gets out to the community, he's a servant. And we all got to be like that. Whether we have $250 or $250,000 or $2.5 million, are we going to be a servant?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we going to impact our community, our city, our world? If we have this talk show, Two Gents and a Mic, or whether we were blessed to have a big platform in which we went on satellite XM, will we have the same fervor, the same passion, have the same message, or will we sell out? And the sad thing about it, a lot of people sold out and they don't have a pot to use the restroom in. You know how they say that, a pot to piss in. But they already sold out. We don't need to sell out. We need to get out, get involved, ready to vote and vote. We keep telling us this election right here, because even those districts they change, somebody's gonna go to court, somebody go through to the next election cycle, and then in some of these states, they're going around saying, okay, if y'all can do that in the South, in the North, we're gonna do the same thing. So November 2026 is still the stop mark. It's still where we can get in there and make a difference. Put your foot on the gas and push the pedal to the metal.
And don't let up.
And don't let up.
And when all that fails, Pastor, who do we call? Where do we? Okay, I just want.
Well, but Riggins, we can call on the Lord all day long, but the Lord has an expectation.
Yes, sir.
I gave you the ability to do some things, and you have to do it along with the prayer. Prayer without actions.
Faith without works is dead.
Say it.
Say it. Dead. And he gave out 10 talents, well, 5 talents. And the man multiplied and got 10 talents. Mm-hmm. He gave out 2 talents, the man multiplied and got 4 talents. He gave man 1 talent. He said, because it's just one and I'm just a little nobody, I'm afraid I'm going to lose it, I'm going to hide it in the ground. See, you're wicked and slothful servant. You should at least took the money and take an interest off of it. Take it from him and give it to one. He who has much, much more will be given. He who have nothing, it will be taken away from him. You can't get out there and say, all I got is 1 vote. If you don't use your vote, you're going to lose your vote.
If you don't use it, Praxter, you're going to lose it. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And you are on the of losing what you didn't use.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Pastor, can I do one thing and I'm going to give it right to you?
Yes, sir.
In case you don't know it, the house is burning down, black people. And if you don't turn or get away from the ways that you're doing right now, the house is on fire. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do this on Wednesday at 1 p.m. You don't have to listen to it at 1, but you can listen to it at a later date. This is from what Byron told me yesterday. And I'm telling you, the house is on fire. We keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result.
Different result.
Byron Glass said that to me, and he wasn't lying.
Insanity. It's called insanity.
The house is burning down, and I'm gonna break it down so you can understand it, so kids and anybody else can understand it. Pastor, I'm giving it back to you. Get us out of here.
That sounds like a good old turn and burn revival you're gonna have.
Now,
we're not talking about him in the hell. We're talking about burning down in our neighborhoods, burning down our voting rights, burning down our power, burning down our communities, burning down our financial interests. The house is on fire.
Everything on fire. Take us out of here, Pastor. Wait. Don't start praying. Open your eyes, Pastor. Don't start praying yet. Tell us about what's going on Wednesday and what you got going.
Wednesday nights, 7:00 p.m. Come on to my page, Equivalent for Nell Riggins, and we have a Bible study. We're in Matthew the 16th chapter right now, book by book, chapter by chapter, and verse by verse. And we just try to share the word of God with you.
And Riggins,
Yes,
and what Ron has done is not be selfish.
Yeah.
He could have his show at 7:00, the same time as you. But what he's doing is he's willing to yield and adjust his time so both of y'all can still have a platform and get the message out, a spiritual message and a political message. That's
right.
what unity is about. That's what brotherhood is about. That's what I am my brother's keeper is about. Nobody on this particular platform has a selfish bone in their body when it comes to what we're doing. Because I have always believed that there are some things that Riggins are good at. Okay, actually better at. We are willing to yield to that message. And hopefully that message will make us whole again.
I'm going to say this and then I'm going to give it to you.
I'll give Brandon Glass his flowers on this. He had WMAD. He was a 24-hour radio station, Smoking Glass Hour. Every morning, he had one of my sermons on. Every morning. I don't know how many years. It had nothing to do with his program, nothing to do with his soul music he was going to play, his jazz music, all that kind of stuff. He made sure he put a sermon on every morning. Because he always believed in investing in what was going on.
We got to close. We got the decoy Republican back out here, man.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this, and then I'm giving it to you, Pastor.
Huh?
I'm acting like a Baptist minister. I know. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. It doesn't matter what platform we have ever been on. All three of us have had one goal in particular. And the reason why we're back here right now, today, on this airways and talking about the stuff that we're talking about, is because if we don't change the midterm elections, as Pastor said, everything's going to fall apart. And Byron says it too. It's over.
Take us out. Take us
out, Riggins.
Yeah. Father, we thank you for the opportunity to share with my brothers tonight and with our audience. Those who are watching this live or archive. Lord, we know, Lord God, that you've given us the ability and the power to impact our community, our city, and our world. And no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Every tongue that speaks out in judgment shall be condemned. And great is he that is in us, he that is in the world. And let us take this power and authority we have and put it to work. We leave this platform at your presence. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Before I get out of here, I want to say this. Pastor Riggins, I saw your church service. I saw my favorite person get up there and make the announcement. And then I seen the musician come up there. So you don't even talk about that, but I need you to.
Ron, you talk about Money Up Rage and Minister Johnny B. Williams. But look. Ron, come out and see us in person. I bet your Barry class is in town. I'm putting you on the spot now, Ron. Barry to come out to church and see me in person.
Pastor, I've been out to
see you. I love you, Ron. I
love you too, but I've been out to see you.
In the morning. Check it out. This Sunday we eating. We eat every third Sunday, man. Come on, we're gonna feed you at the church.
I got to bounce.
I'll talk to you. We got the deuces. Everybody, we out. We got Byron Glass's deuces. We out. Y'all take care. See y'all tomorrow.